Welcome to part 2 of trying to beat Plants vs Zombies 2 with instant kills only. If you haven't watched part 1, I highly recommend you do so. The link is in the description. By the way, I'll be live streaming this challenge every other day at 6 PM GMT plus 2. But before we begin, let's go through some things first. These are the only plants that I will be allowed to use throughout the challenge. Plant food usage will be allowed. Certain levels will have to be skipped, and I will also have to bend the rules of the challenge on certain levels. But anyways guys, let's get right into it. Welcome to Pirate Seas, aka the second world of PvZ 2. Day 1 was very easy. The swashbuckler zombie is also introduced in this level. Only 1, 2 or 3 basic zombies spawned per wave throughout most of the level. Not to mention that we have enough instant kills to deal with them all. It was only near the end of the level where the spawn rate of zombies was noticeably higher. But I took care of them very easily and lost 0 lawnmowers in the process, and that's day 1 finished. Day 2 introduces the seagull zombie. This time the board looks a bit different compared to last level. As I play to complete this world, you will notice that the board will keep on looking different compared to other levels. However, there is one huge problem that I noticed with the seagull zombie. Since seagull zombies stay in the air, our potato mines can't kill them, which means that only squash, jalapeno, and cherry bomb can kill the seagull zombies. But this level was quite easy and I only ended up losing 1 lawnmower. Day 3 was another easy level. Only 1, 2 or 3 basic zombies spawned throughout most of the level in each wave. Our instant kills recharged fast enough and it could keep up with the amount of zombies that were spawning in each wave. And yet again, it was only near the end of the level where a horde of zombies spawned, but our instant kills managed to clean them up fairly easily, and that's day 3 completed. Day 4 is the first 2 flag level in Pirate Seas. At first I thought this was going to be a difficult level, but it turns out that I could not be more wrong. The first flag was quite underwhelming to say the least. The rest of the level wasn't even that difficult either, and having cherry bomb definitely helped me take care of the final wave of zombies. But anyways, that is day 4 of Pirate Seas done and dusted. Day 5 is similar to day 4, except this time there are now 2 planks instead of 4 planks. The amount of seagull zombies that spawned throughout this level definitely made things a lot more challenging. Luckily, I have cherry bomb to bail me out of bad situations, but the amount of zombies that start spawning after the first flag is not small at all. I did manage to defend all of them, but I ended up losing 3 lawnmowers in the process. Day 6 literally has the exact same board layout as day 5, but since I know that the seagull zombies are going to spawn quite often in this level, I decided to pre-plant squashes in the lanes where there aren't planks, and trust me, you'll see why I do that. Later on in the level, the seagull zombies start spawning, and honestly, if I hadn't pre-planted these squashes, I would have probably lost this level. But after that, the rest of the level is a cakewalk, and I only ended up losing 2 lawnmowers in the process. Day 7 introduces the barrel roller zombie. The layout of the board is different this time, and since seagull zombies only spawn in 2 lanes, I don't have to worry about them too much. At first I thought the barrel roller zombies would be a massive threat, but it turns out that if you kill them with a jalapeno, the 2 imps won't come out of the barrel. So there's that. But anyways, I ended up beating this level on the first try, so yeah. Day 8 is a conveyor belt level, so it's safe to say that I'm skipping this one. Day 9 is another fairly easy level. Since there are no seagull zombies, I don't have to pre-plant squashes in the bottom 3 lanes. Though the spawn rate of zombies is noticeably higher in this level, I do have cherry bomb to bail me out, when a wave of swashbuckler zombies arrive, or to clear out hordes of zombies on a flag wave. And just like that, I managed to beat day 9 on my first attempt, unlocking Spring Bean. Day 10 introduces the Imp Cannon, and it is the first 3 flag level in Pirate Seas. Oh god, this is definitely not good news. The early game was quite easy and the first flag was quite underwhelming. The Imp Cannons only arrived after the second flag. Luckily, I had my cherry bomb to destroy this Imp Cannon before it could fire more imps. But then I realized, if the Imp Cannons spawn in the lanes where there aren't planks nearby, how the hell am I supposed to kill them? But then I realized only 2 of them spawned throughout the level, and I managed to beat it on the first try. Now, day 11 was a bit challenging, mainly because of the sheer amount of imp cannons and seagull zombies, as well as barrel roller zombies that spawn. Let's just say on the first attempt, I got pretty close to beating the level, but since I didn't have enough sun to get a cherry bomb to kill the last horde of imps, I ended up losing the level. On the second attempt, I decided to pre-plant squashes in the top 3 lanes and use my other instant kills more conservatively. Like the previous attempt, I managed to get close to beating the level, but the 2 imp cannons that spawn in the final wave are a massive problem. And just like that, I lost again. But then I realized something. Remember when I said that it is almost impossible to get rid of imp cannons? Well, whenever you use a plant food on a squash and there are imp cannons, the squash would always destroy the imp cannon. After realizing this, things became a whole lot easier. Though this level still took a few more attempts to beat, eventually I got things right. And just like that, I finally managed to beat day 11. Day 12 is a target practice level with coconut cannons and seagull zombies, which I ended up beating on the first try. Day 13 is the first produce at least X amount of sun level. This means I have to bend the rules of the challenge in order to complete the level, so I am forced to pick sunflower. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, this level wasn't even that hard. A matter of fact, I already produced 2000 sun before the first flag, and after the first flag, I managed to defend the waves of zombies just fine, and I beat the level on the first try and lost 0 lawnmowers in the process. Day 14 is the first plan your defense level in Pirate Seas, and surprise surprise, my only strategy was to plant potato mines. But then I noticed a problem. You can't pre-plant your squashes and seagull zombies spawn in the first wave of the level. This means that I have to get a squash down as soon as possible and use a plant food on it. This level was somewhat challenging and I had a pretty difficult time defending the zombies. However, I had a very close call near the end of the level. Just take a look at this.
Come on, cherry bomb! Cherry bomb! Cherry bomb! Oh my god, we got it just in time. Let's go. Almost failed.
Day 15 is the first Don't Let the Zombies Trample the Flowers level. The game gave me a pre-planted 3-peater, but I have to dig it up for the sake of the challenge. Luckily, the flowers are at the very back of the board, so I have a lot more planting space. Unfortunately, I failed on the first attempt due to the sheer amount of swashbuckler zombies that spawn. In my next attempt, I decided to pre-plant as many squashes as possible in the lanes where there were no planks, so I can kill the swashbuckler zombies. After implementing that strategy, this level became a whole lot easier and I finally managed to beat day 15. Day 16 is the first Protect the Endangered Plants level, and there are 2 spring beans we have to protect in the middle lanes. Now, I low-key used plant food on the spring beans at certain moments. I don't know if that counts as breaking the rules, but to be honest, if I hadn't used plant food on the spring beans, this level would be impossible to beat. Day 17 17 is the first kill X amount of zombies in X amount of seconds level. I actually got quite close to beating the level in my first attempt, but the swashbuckler zombies screwed me over. On the second attempt, I got very close to beating the level, but my instant kills didn't recharge fast enough, so I lost again. But like they say, the third time is the charm. This time I managed to get things right by spending my instant kills wisely. And just like that, I managed to beat day 17. Day 18 is a pre-selected plant level, so it's safe to say that we have to skip this one. Day 19 is another don't let the zombies trample the flowers, as well as a produce at least X amount of sun level. My plan was to plant sunflowers in front of the flowers so they act as a meat shield for the zombies, and pre-plant a squash in the middle lane. The early game was fairly easy and very little zombies spawned per wave. I already managed to produce 1750 sun before the final wave, and by the time the final wave arrived, I had enough instant kills to deal with them all, so I managed to beat the level on the first try. Day 20 is another produce X amount of sun level. Since day 20 is a one flag level, most of the level was very easy and only a few zombies spawned per wave. And surprise surprise, I managed to beat this level on the first try. Day 21 is another defeat X amount of zombies in X seconds and a produce X amount of sun level at the same time. And now at first I thought that this level would be a pretty difficult level, only to realize that this is a one flag level. Now you know that pre-planting squashes in the lane where there are no planks and using plant food on squashes where imp cannons spawn is definitely a strategy that I have been using throughout this world. I ended up beating this level on the first try and only lost 2 lawnmowers in the process. Day 22 is another plan your defense level. Now trust me when I say this. This level is literally impossible to beat using instant kills only. The sheer amount of imp cannons and swashbuckler zombies that spawn is just way too much for our instant kills to handle. I even tried using spring bean, but even that is useless. I couldn't even make it to the final wave in all of my attempts. That's how bad this level was. So, I don't care what you guys say, I am skipping this level. Day 23 is another kill X amount of zombies in an X amount of time and a don't let the zombies trample the sunflowers level. Since the flowers are now on the 4th row, our planting space for potato mines is very limited. But I'm going to be honest, this level wasn't even that difficult at all. The seagull zombies only spawned near the end of the level, which means that they don't trample the flowers, so the lawnmowers took care of them. Not only that, but I also managed to defend the rest of the zombies, and I ended up beating the level on my first attempt. Day 24 is a protect the endangered plants level. To be honest, I don't really have much to commentate on, so it's safe to say that I beat this level very easily. Day 25 is the final level of Pirate Seas, and it is also the boss level. I don't care what you guys say, I am skipping this one. And that is all of Pirate Seas completed. But anyways guys, that is all I have for you today in this video. Part 3 aka Wild West will be coming out soon, and I will also be live streaming Wild West soon, so stay tuned for that. But anyways guys, see you all in the next one.